This podcast is part of the Bomb Pod Media Network.
It had been 3 long weeks without a new episode of the Brohio Podcast Show. Everything in town just seemed different. People lost their smiles. They lost their will to laugh. Me personally, I just stopped caring altogether. I shit my pants because I didn't care what people thought about the way I smelled. The holidays were supposed to be a happy time, but without those butt-chugging douchebags, life was empty of joy and happiness. Something needed to be done. Then, there was a revival. The people cried out to the Bros of Brohio. We told them that we needed them. Actually, we got on their social media accounts and told them they were lazy pieces of shit, and we were tired of them sitting on their dead asses. Nonetheless, from the ashes of a strawberry swisher sweet, the Bros rose like a phoenix to fulfill their destiny of making us feel better about Monday mornings. This is episode 32, The Blood Countess, Elizabeth Bathory.
It's been so long. This chair, I've worn out my ass groove. It's no longer there anymore. Well, what about you? Let's see if we remember how to do this.
I don't
think we ever really knew.
Never mind. We know how to do it. We know how to do it.
We can figure it out as we go.
Welcome back to the Brohio Podcast Show.
Hi.
We have new goals and ambitions for the new year.
First episode of 2018.
We're not going to suck as bad as we sucked last year.
We're going to try.
We're going to suck more.
Luckily, the bar's set pretty low, so we don't have to strive too hard on that.
As some of you may have noticed, we had a little opening clip there for you. That was due in part because of the wonderful people of Butt Chuggers Anonymous.
Hey.
That's a Facebook group.
Hi, guys.
Super secret Facebook group.
Super secret.
All of them, the people that run that shit. Was it Kelly Skanskuski? Skanskus? I have no idea how she says her last name.
It's a fun name.
Santa Susie. And Heather.
Santa Susie.
Those girls, they just post the fucking worst shit all day long. I feel bad for their husbands. Because I know they are wild ones.
Poor lads.
Poor lads. We are super excited to be back.
It's nice.
I sound like a 7th grade cheerleader.
It feels good.
Super excited. We had a lot of upset people because we took 2 weeks off for Christmas.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And New Year's.
Yeah. It's a crazy time of year.
Kind of not how we intended it to happen.
No, but things happen.
It felt good.
Yeah. Nice to
recharge our batteries.
Yeah, just to hang out and not have to worry about any type of obligation.
We talked about some new topics, some cool stuff that we're going to be bringing to you guys.
Yeah. We got some good ideas.
We got a design for a new butt chug.
We do.
Shirt.
On our Instagram.
Yeah. I shit my pants today.
You really did. I saw the proof.
Okay. The older I get, the less my body can handle Chipotle. And last night I tempted fate. I was on the wrong side of the fence, okay? That's what I'm leaving it at that.
Living dangerously.
I cannot help what my body does. I'm an adult male. I can do what I want. And we have a couple promos to pass along. The first is And the Losers Are. They cover movies from different decades.
Awesome.
There's some funny guys. You can check them out. They ran our promo. Thanks for running that, guys.
Thank you, guys.
The Asian Madness podcast.
Oh.
They're getting kind of big. They're blowing up.
Hey.
They're blowing up more than Brohio. So, good for them.
Yeah.
Asian Madness, they're just like us. They're funny. A little bit vulgar, but they cover Asian madness.
Oh, okay.
Asian conspiracies, Asian aliens. Asian aliens cook a lot better than American aliens.
I can imagine.
And they cover Asian paranormal stuff. All kinds of awesome stuff.
That's fun.
So you guys can have a listen to their promos right meow.
Feast your ears.
Have you ever wanted to listen to three failing screenwriters get absolutely hammered and talk about the best picture nominees from 1971? If so, we're the podcast for you. If not, well, there's a reason we call this shit show And the Losers Are.
Every episode, two Yanks and one Englishman watch the best picture nominees from the past so you don't have to. And then we declare what film should have been the true winner. Season 1 of the 1970s is available now. We dig into the classics such as The Godfather and also wade through some pure shite like Zabriskie Point and The Deer Hunter.
Whoa, did you just call The Deer Hunter shit? Pump the brakes there, Princess Di.
Deplored him.
Anyway, check out the show soon because, it's only a matter of time before one of us dies of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, or a bar fight.
Or diabetes.
None of us are really at a healthy weight.
I'm eating right now.
You can find us at andthelosersare.wordpress.com.
Or a local AA meeting.
Or jail.
And the Losers Are, a podcast about winners made by losers.
Do you like true crime, mysteries, or urban legends, and maybe anything along the lines of weird? If your answer is yes, please give the Asian Madness podcast a go, where I cover all of the topics mentioned above, but from the Asian continent. Podcast is now available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
And now we have a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers.
Thank
you.
you.
If you would like to be a Patreon subscriber, you can go to patreon.com/Brohio Podcast.
Brohio.
The $5 club is going to unlock Bro Talk, which is a 20-minute premium episode where we talk about nonsense.
Super sexy.
We've talked about 90s loves. We've talked about Urban Dictionary stuff. Really fucking horrible stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's worse than the main show.
It's pretty bad.
I can't help it.
It's free form. We don't have any real ideas when we go into. We just do it.
In the $1 club, you get a shout out on the show.
What up?
$5, you get the Bro Talk unlocked, and you get stickers.
Yay!
$20, you get a shirt. $50, you get to pick a topic, and we'll Skype you in on the show.
Yeah.
And that's too legit to quit right there.
That's the fun one.
We have 3 people in line. We'll get you guys, I promise.
We're working on it.
One guy's already got a topic planned out.
All right. Bring it on.
The other guy, his name is Matt Hirsch. This was a wedding gift, a Christmas gift from his wife. She said, I'm going to put you in the $50 club with Brohio. She said all he talks about is drinking Zimas with his ass with the guys from Brohio.
All right.
Rob Dog and Delicious Nicolicious. He wants to butt chug with both of us.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I've never officially butt chugged anything. I hate to throw this out there, but if you guys keep on pitching, $50 at us, I will do it.
It's all a lie.
I will do it live. I will try it with my butt. You pick the drink.
Yep.
I drank a lot of Smirnoff and Jolly Ranchers as a teenager.
You won't get sick if you drink it in your ass.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to find Zima now that they've kind of discontinued it. I think we ruined it.
They discontinued it again?
I think so. They couldn't keep up with the supply and demand. We brought so much attention to their brand.
Hey, man.
They couldn't keep up with it. Coors.
We spiked it a little bit for them.
They already make shitty fucking beer.
Very true.
Why not make a delicious malt beverage that we could sell in mass quantities?
Make a drink designed to stick up your ass.
God. But Matt Hirsch, we're doing a live show in Cincinnati in April.
Yes, we are.
And Matt Hirsch is going to grab a mic with us on that one.
All right.
And he's got a shirt coming too. I got a shirt size.
Have we really talked much about that live show yet?
Not much.
Not much.
Not on here we haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're doing a live show with Hillbilly Horror Stories and Justin Rimmel from Mysterious Circumstances.
Awesome guys.
Awesome. They are so awesome, and they shave their assholes.
We've seen it. We know for sure.
A lot. And we got Tara Vernon on the old Patreon, and James Colgrove. He's a Patreon subscriber.
Thank you very much.
He's also exceptionally active on Twitter. He's our most active Twitter friend.
Hey, we love it.
He's a solid guy.
Thank you.
I already reached out to him about making out and stuff, and I don't think he's going to do it.
That's a bummer.
He said, hey, I like listening to your show, but I don't want to make out with you, bro. Nick? Is this Nick? Because they only talk to the Brohio podcast. They don't know who they're talking to.
Yeah.
Is this Nick? I said, no, this is Rob. He's like, okay, well, then I guess Nick is the cool one. I was like, yes, you were right. Next, we have a newspaper article.
All right,
that I want to read.
Let's get this going.
When I'm snooping out these newspaper articles, I am not trying to find things that involve fecal matter. It just falls in my lap, just like
the turd in your underwear earlier.
That happened earlier. I was not seeking to ruin my evening. It happened. I had to take the shower of shame.
Yeah.
Got in there, realized that the loofah, this is your last ride. I've had you for a while.
Got a good old poop sponge.
This is your last. This is your last go. And you got to think about the science behind a loofah. Those dollar loofahs you get from Walmart.
They're nice and porous.
Yeah, those things are just. I mean, they're nasty.
Yeah.
Think about it.
They grab onto it and hold it.
You use it over and over and over. You go play softball. You bowl 3 games. Then you go to a golf outing. Then you go to the family reunion. And you get in the potato sacks, you do the race, the 3-legged race. Then you fuck your cousin underneath the picnic table. At the end of the day, you go home and you shower with that loofah. And then you hang it up. And then you use it the next day to scrub hooker spit off your face. And it's just supposed to be okay.
God, you've been following me, man.
Is it okay?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, is it really any much different? Like if you just use a bar of soap to scrub your asshole every day? I mean, does the bar of soap hold the shit on
it? If we have Ohio listeners that go, bear soap on assholes, please reach out to us and let us know the health ramifications you're dealing with right now. Could you imagine?
You're scrubbing your asshole and then your kids use it to clean their face later.
If I used a bar of soap in my asshole, go, whoop, I would swallow it.
Just suck it in.
God, it's gone. That'll come out later with the rest of it.
Farting bubbles.
It'll come out with the Golden Corral later. Chipotle, when I do it by accident.
Your Chipotle.
Here's my article. When Anthony Seavey got a parking ticket in Royal Oak, he wasn't pleased. I've never had a parking ticket, so I don't know what
Me neither.
Like. No one lives in Ohio, so they can't fucking give you parking tickets. When he went to pay his ticket with pennies, he was turned away, choked, and then defecated himself, his attorney claims. I don't think that in everyday course of business we poop our pants or go around defecating ourselves, his attorney, Jonathan Marco, said. And just so I can make this clear, there's the 4 different levels of pooping, okay? Well, there's the fart, just your basic fart. Yeah. Let it go, Then you got, I call this one slippage.
Okay.
It's where you fart, but you don't full on shit your pants, but you do when at your leisurely, when you have the time available, you need to go to the bathroom and wipe your pants. Like a little comes out, but it doesn't get on your underwear.
Just a little shart, just kind of hanging in there.
Little creamy crotch going on. Then you got your shart.
Yeah.
Which is number 3. That's where you you fart and then you get a skid mark in the underwear.
Yeah.
Then you have shitting your pants. Okay, that's where there's some actual solid substance going on.
Full turd.
And then you have full on defecating. That's where you start to shit your pants and you say, am I doing this? Yeah, I'm doing it. And you fully commit to it and you don't hold all of it. You don't hold any of it back. You just let it all go.
You just empty out.
That is defecating.
Good old emptying your ass.
Defecating is a nasty word.
It really is. It's a disgusting word.
Nastiest thing. If my kids walk up to me and say, I defecated, wow.
Oh, God.
You really went for it, didn't you? You put it all out there. You're not holding anything back. Back to my stupid article. Let's back up. CV went to pay his $10 parking ticket in Royal Oaks 44th District Court in February, but was told he'd have a $1.75 surcharge on his credit card. He wasn't happy and left. I felt that way before. That's going to be 50 cents extra if you want to pay for this pizza using your MasterCard. It's going to be 50 cents extra for you to go fuck yourself. How about that? No? Okay. I didn't want the pizza. His attorney says he came back to pay with rolls of pennies. He's on video with the court officers and his bag of pennies making what his attorney called a symbolic protest. Those are always good these days.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
He wasn't happy about it, so in a symbolic protest, he brought back penny rolls to pay for his ticket. The clerk wasn't too happy about that. They refused to allow him to pay with the penny rolls, Marco said. The entire exchange was captured on a surveillance video with Marco, which Marco showed to Fox 2. You see CV and the court officer exchange words. Seavey was asked to leave, but it didn't end there. As he was leaving the courthouse with his back to the officer, the court officer began to choke him out, grabbing him, brought him to the ground. Mr. Seavey passed out and defecated himself, Marco said.
Ouch.
Let it all go. He said, I am getting mother paid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting paid. What's he gonna do with all that money? Seavey was then arrested and tossed in jail. They didn't put him in jail.
That's
they tossed
fucked up.
him.
Yeah.
Tossed him.
In his shit pants.
They they said, take your shit pants and we're gonna toss you.
Ain't gonna throw you in the clink in your poop pants.
Now he's suing the Royal Oak court officers.
Good for him.
This is the attorney speaking. I don't think anyone paying in penny rolls, whether it's a preferred thing to do for a court clerk, warrants this type of assaultive behavior and violation of constitutional rights, Marco said. Sounds like something an attorney would say. City attorney David Gillum says the city has yet to be served with the lawsuit, but says he is aware of the case, which is investigated by the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Stand up, Oakland. Okay, then. Seavey was charged with assaulting or obstructing a police officer and disturbing the peace. His attorney says you can plainly see from the video that his client was the victim and suffered more than just physical injuries. I'd say so. I think the more profound and long-lasting injury is the psychological injuries he's suffering as a result of this. He's supposed to be in a safe place, he said. Seavey pleaded no contest to disturbing the peace, and the assault obstruction charge was dropped. Line your pockets with cash.
Yeah.
Because you're about to get paid.
Yeah. Poop in your pants.
All you can eat crab legs, go eat them, go back to the courthouse, and pay with handfuls of shit.
Ooh.
Handfuls of crab leg shit.
That sounds delicious.
We've had too much poop talk already.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I like it.
Poop meters bursted. Poop meters bursting with shit.
Seeping out my drawers.
Oh, I think you had something for me that you want to talk about. You said, I got something for you. I'm going to hit you with it at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And you still have your pants on.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I'm a little disappointed.
Well, right now, as we speak today, it's January the 7th.
And I've already fucking ruined my New Year's resolution.
No shit in your pants?
No, I can't tell you my New Year's resolution.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, we're full swing winter in Ohio.
Well, we were for 3 days. It's supposed to be 50 degrees in 2 days.
Yeah, so. we were. I kind of wanted to. We weren't able to get Bill Wilkins in here today. Unfortunately, he's got to take another week off.
We didn't have enough candles.
Yeah, we didn't have enough candles to seance him in. But I do want to go to our eye in the sky, our freak in the streets, our local.
These people don't know about him.
We haven't met him yet. We're going to go to our local road ranger to give us a little update on what's going on here in Ohio.
Here in Dayton, Ohio, we got lots of snow here, lots of snow drifts here in Dayton, Ohio. The people don't realize when you're out traveling streets, you can't really take what the meteorologists are saying. They can't stand on what they say. That's why the road ranger is out here patrolling the streets. I got bottles of water, blankets. I'm looking for stranded motorists. This is a Facebook gimmick on my personal page. It's been going on for about 5 years now. People, they see the snowstorms coming and they look for the road ranger.
It's always nice to have you.
Yeah, that's the road ranger. He gets it in. He goes hard in the motherfucking paint.
He does. He's our first responder.
So these people on Facebook, it starts to snow and they'll start to write me and they'll say, hey,
we need an update from the road ranger.
Where's the road ranger? They are legitimately waiting for me to give a weather report, and I have no. And I always do it just to mock them. They call for 6 feet of snow. We get 3 snowflakes, so then I go live as the road ranger. Like, it's snowing so hard out here.
It's a blizzard.
You can't even see. And there's kids playing wiffle ball in the street in shorts and tank tops. It's more of like a mocking thing.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Anytime it starts to snow, my wife's like, oh my God, we need bread. And I say, I'll go get it. She's like, you're just going to drive around and do the road ranger thing, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
I have to.
You're obligated.
It's part of who I am.
Yeah. Enough of that.
I'm glad you guys got to meet. But we'll definitely have Bill Wilkins back.
Yeah, Bill Wilkins is coming back. I think he should be here probably next week, within the next week or two.
If you're really quiet, you can hear him anytime you want.
My name's Bill Wilkins, and I'm 73 years old.
Could almost hear him.
We are covering Elizabeth Bathory.
Bathory.
I listen to a few different other. I have no shame in my game. I listen to a few other podcasts while gathering my research content. I went to a million different websites.
Same.
Another good podcast you guys can check out is Generation Y. They have millions of listeners. They have good subject content, and they research their stuff really well.
Yeah, really well researched.
They are. I don't know why it says explicit next to their stuff. They're not explicit. They're quite.
Yeah. The only time they're ever really explicit is if there's some type of documentation has quotes in it that they they obviously read. But yeah, they're
thorough,
very thorough, and very work friendly.
They take their jobs far more seriously than you and I do.
Yeah, way more seriously.
Sometimes when I'm at work, I will go into the bathroom and go into the stall, and I will just piss on the paper towel roll on the toilet paper rolls because I'm bored, just out of boredom.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll just take some marbles in my pocket and go in the bathroom and sit down, and I'll wait for someone else to come in, and I'll just drop a marble on the ground and be like, fuck my eye. Start reaching under the stall and stuff, trying to get it back. Like it's a glass eye. I do that a lot.
Good times.
This Elizabeth Bathory, she's from Hungary.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hungary, I ate Chipotle the other night, and I shit my pants today. I don't know if we touched on that or not.
I don't think we did.
Okay. Rob and I went out of my way more than I normally do to get these pronunciations right. I wish I would have done that with the Skinwalker Ranch episode.
Oh man, this one's going to be rough though.
We don't have any, I seriously doubt we have any Hungarian listeners, but if we do, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Super excited to have you.
We're going to butcher your language, but it's all right.
As for butchering words from Utah, we do that.
Utah.
And we hear about it.
Yeah.
I'll let you start off with Elizabeth Bathory here.
Yeah, Elizabeth Bathory. She's more commonly known as the Blood Countess. It's a sweet little moniker there.
She's a fucking slut.
She's a crazy fucking bitch. She was one of the most prolific and, need I say, sadistic serial killers of all time. She's actually listed, I don't know if she still is, she's listed in the Guinness Book of World Records.
What a record to have.
Right, so she's killed, it says, and noted anywhere between 80 to 650 young women. And this was from a time spanning from 1585 to 1610.
We cover all of the awesome record breakers here at Bro Ohio Podcast. We got the guy that jerked off 7,000 times in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah, good for him.
That was on the, what was her name?
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose murder case.
Yep.
Now we're covering the most murderous woman in the history of all mankind.
Yeah, she's a bad bitch. And she's also believed to be the actual inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's never been confirmed, but it's it could be.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
That movie. Anyways. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Now, Elizabeth Bathory.
I've never watched Braveheart, Die Hard either.
Me neither. Christmas movie.
Really?
Yeah, I never have.
We just crucified ourselves.
I haven't.
Now.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Dude, there's so many popular movies I haven't seen. It's sad.
We got to keep going before they hear us.
Elizabeth Bathory, she was a Hungarian countess. She was born in August 7th, 1560. That's a little while ago.
That's what year my science teacher from middle school was born. It was 1560.
Sounds about right.
Old Arby's vagina just dragging it around the classroom, yelling at me about some bullshit. Question me why I'm drawing dicks in my science book.
Don't tell me how to live my life, bitch.
Yeah. Why do you smell like an old mothball nutsack? Can you answer that?
She was born into a famed family, so they were pretty powerful and noble family there. She was also her cousin named Stefan Bathory. He was the king of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and Duke of Transylvania.
You can't say Duke of Transylvania. He was the Duke of Transylvania.
Duke of Transylvania.
Her mom and dad were also cousins. It wasn't distinctly clear how close of cousins they were, but they were really close cousins.
Yeah, I think that's back in the anybody that watches Game of Thrones. It's like the Lannisters. They back in the day, I think that was kind of a common thing amongst.
Back in the day, to me, is like the 70s and 80s, not 1560.
Well, back in royal times,
back in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to keep their bloodline, keep it going.
Yeah, you got to keep it pure.
Keep it pure.
You got a champion son, and you got a champion daughter.
Might as well.
The only way to keep that going,
whore them out.
let them fuck it out.
Fuck it out.
Let them fuck each other into submission, and just claim that trophy, baby.
Yeah. So they had a lot of inbreeding within the family there. Interbreeding. Inbreeding within the family.
So I would take a huge thunder dump in that gene pool.
I mean, look what we were talking about here. So, of course, from this, and this possibly stemming from her behavior because of the inbreeding there, she also suffered a lot of like fits of rage and seizures, and would just lose her shit, just lose control.
Little epilepsy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the modern.
Now they say that she was, I guess, exposed to some very exceptionally violent acts when she was a child.
Yeah, very bad people and very, very crazy acts.
In one instance, she witnessed her father, who would oftentimes dole out punishments for various things. They didn't kill them. Well, the guy eventually died.
Yeah.
But the punishment that he did, he took a horse and he cut the horse open from the belly. And the guy that was being punished, they stuffed the guy inside the horse. And then they sewed the horse
back
shut,
up.
but they left the guy's head exposed. So it's like poking your head up out of a hole, and they just sew the horse's skin around your neck. Of course, the horse is dead. They left the guy there to rot and die inside the horse.
Yeah, that's a crazy punishment there.
I could definitely eat my way out of that, though, for sure.
I would try.
I would get it in. I would go hard in the motherfucking paint. I would get out of there.
Sitting there with your head that close to a horse dick the entire time.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, they got you faced like mouth towards the dick.
Yeah.
You're like laying on your back and
blowing on it. Try to get it out of your face.
a little help over here, guys.
Just roll it out of the way and I can get out of here. There was also like her aunt and uncle, though.
Yeah.
You have some information about them?
Yeah, I got her aunt was teaching her about sadomasochism at a young age, and then her uncle taught her about Satanism. So this is crazy people. She says her brother was a reputable pedophile, and she had a childhood nurse.
How do you get lucky enough to get that moniker?
I don't know. Yeah, I know. Her childhood nurse, her name was Ilona Jew.
Ivana Hump a lot.
And it's Joo, so it's not. Yeah, she's not Jewish. Practiced black magic, and that actually revolved around sacrificing children for their bones and blood.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so she's she's kind of destined to be a little fucked up from the get go. And by the time she was 11, she was already engaged to be married to a count by the name of Ferenc. I'm trying to think how to say this last name here. Nadashdi.
I had it as his first name was Nadashdi.
That's the last name.
Is it?
Yeah, Ferenc, I know for sure is the first name.
Nadashdi.
Yeah, Ferenc.
Ferenc. Nadashdi. And I looked this up on how to pronounce it, and we are actually quite close.
I kind of wrote it out as to how it sounds.
So did I. And, one thing I was kind of getting flip-flopped in my research as well, the marriage was arranged when she was 11.
Yeah.
She didn't actually get married until she was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Varying accounts. Although he was 19 when they got married.
Right. Yeah, the 4-year difference. So they got married, 15 and 19.
That's borderline creepy.
That was another common thing that powerful families would do, is they would want to ensure that they were, controlling the most area that they possibly could. They were distributing wealth and, just trying to stay on the up and up.
Hooking a brother up.
Right, exactly.
But the age difference is a little suspect for me right there.
Yeah, a little bit different.
For instance, that guy on the, you're taking a smoke break in high school, and he's leaning up against the wall. He should have graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What's up, Ferenc?" And he's like, "Yeah, if there's grass on the field, you got to play it, man. You know what I mean?" Like, no, that's not how that works, Ferenc.
Yeah, that's not how it works, man.
Fucking creep.
16th century was, I think the lines are a little blurred there on age.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. Now, they were... after being married for about 3 years, Ferenc became chief commander of the Hungarian troops.
Again, I have some information about the wedding.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is fun.
Yeah,
they were married, like I said, she was about 15 and Ferenc was 19. The wedding was, like we said, undoubtedly a political arrangement. There was around 4,500 to 5,000 people at the wedding.
5,000.
I invited 171 people to my wedding, and it cost me $3,000 to feed everyone. Fuck that.
Yeah.
If I don't ever plan on getting married ever again, but if it happens,
5,000 people.
Courthouse.
Yeah. I think what it was is they probably just had like an open ceremony, so all the surrounding villages and stuff came in. And,
yeah. I want to just walk around, and I want to be the guy that,
I think that'd be fun.
Just says the messages and shit.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you and I would be jesters, though.
I could deal with that.
Dance clown. That's what the people this week said. They got on the Facebook page and they said, "Where's the episode?" I said, "Hey, it's New Year's." And they said, "Dance clown. Dance for us. Make us laugh. They're sick of you sitting on your idle hands and being stupid." There was... All right. This is kind of funny. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill wedding. There was some different things that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Nadasti did not get this vagina just handed to him on a vagina platter. He had to earn it. It was said that there was a jousting tournament that was held before the wedding even started, and he had to win the jousting tournament in order to marry Elizabeth.
He had to prove his worth.
Stage 1, complete. Stage 2, but traveling back to your wedding day, you have to think about, and this guy, he's royalty marrying into royalty with 5,000 people. Think about the nerves he's already dealing with.
Right.
And they drop this shit bomb on him.
Yeah.
Hey, we know you're going to be a little bit busy today, but before you can get down with that, we're going to need you to ride on this horse and stab someone in the neck real quick. And if you can do that, we'll let you keep going. We'll let you keep playing. Jousting that's an angry sport.
It's very scary.
God.
I wouldn't want to be a part of it.
Right. And another great part of this ceremony, and I'm again giving props to Generation Y. I had a hard time finding this in my research, but I did hear it on there, and I eventually got to it and I found it. But Elizabeth and all her bridesmaids, they weren't actually called bridesmaids; they're more like assistants at the time. She was royalty, so she had a lot of people working for her.
Yeah.
They would all wear something very similar, and they would cover themselves with a veil. They would then get on the line and parade past friends, and what he had to do was guess which one of them was Elizabeth. And if he got it wrong, he didn't get to marry her. Could you imagine? No pressure.
Yeah.
I'd like on the down low the night before, I'd have to like call her up and be like, "Hey baby, I know that there's gonna be some funny stuff going on tomorrow, but you know those panties that you shit in the other day? I'm going to need you to wear them shitty panties again. I'm going to need to know your smell.
Identify you by smell.
I know you got those one panties where we were fighting the dragon and you pissed yourself. Don't wear those. That smell confuses me. Please don't wear those."
The dragon.
Fighting the dragon. That's what they did back then, wasn't it?
I think so.
Fought dragons and shit.
Yeah.
You like dragons?
Fuck yeah.
Because I'm going to be dragging this dick across your mouth later.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no. But so the groomsmen did not feel left out. They had a job as well. They lit torches. And this was shortly after the couple tied the knot. The groomsmen would light torches and guide the newlyweds down to the sleep quarters. You know what's going down.
The sleep quarters.
Yeah. This is done so they can immediately consummate the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Some little butt smacking, ball flapping, doing the
yeah.
You know what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's quite prevalent in all the research that she was more than likely kind of swung both ways, but also she was much of a sexual deviant. She was infatuated with fucking up people's genitals, which we'll get to later.
Oh, yeah. Sexy.
But also we kind of skip past the part where when she was 13 years old, waiting for her wedding, she was impregnated by a peasant in town.
Poor guy.
Some boy.
Yeah.
They kept calling him a boy in the research. That's a man right there. You're cracking off rounds in her. You're cracking off rounds in the queen, the countess.
Yeah.
That's a man right there. But she had a daughter that was taken away, given to a friend of the family, and she was paid pretty much to keep the daughter out of the picture for all the history of time. Ferenz got caught wind of this, and do you know what he did to the boy?
I do. He cut his fucking nuts off.
Cut his dick off.
He fucking pulled his... He sliced
cut
it
his
right
dick
off.
and then he wound it around his hands like a hitman, and he choked the kid to death with his own dick. Oh, kidding.
Good for him. If he can get killed by choking from his own dick.
We're not doing that with mine.
Good luck.
I'm gonna use it as a fist pack. Just ball it up, my fist, use it like that. But no, they cut his wiener off, and then they let him get mauled to death by dogs.
Yeah,
completely.
That's rough.
The only way to go out.
Yeah, that's barbaric.
Yeah. So, like we said, she was a bit of a sexual deviant. So, friends, he probably had his work cut out for him that night when they consummated the marriage. And one more kind of strange thing about this wedding was he took her last name as she was higher in the royal hierarchy.
Yeah, she had more claim to fame for her name.
She did. That would be kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
A little insulting to me.
Yeah. She was, I think around the castle and everything, she was still referred to as like Lady Nadushi. But
Countess.
Legally, yeah, she was still.
Please don't punch me in the fucking face. Please don't punch me in the face. Please. Maybe you can tell us about the wedding gift that Ferenz gave to Elizabeth.
Okay, yeah. She actually received a castle. We got you something small. So
it's not much.
Yeah.
No, it's not much.
So, and I'm not even going to attempt the name of it. It's like Shesh or
Shetchi.
Shetz.
Chete.
Chete. Okay.
Chete.
And I believe that's where the 15 villages in the castle came from. So
there was all kinds of farmland and
yeah. So she extended her
joining villages.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty cool. I think that's probably where a lot of the, wedding guests came from.
Right. And as for today, the castle, it's in ruins, but it still stands. The very popular tourist spot. And as always, as us being the Bros of Brohio, I did some very deep paranormal research on the possibility of this castle being haunted, and there was nothing about it because it's such a raging shithole.
Yeah, poor thing.
You can't even get into it really. You just hike up to it. You lost me in hiking. Not doing that shit. I'll get in my car, 25 miles per gallon. Come on.
It's kind of in ruins now.
Yeah, but you can hike up to it, take pictures. There's lots of pictures of it on online that you can check out. It's really cool because there's an original drawing from that's somehow made it from the 1500s until now that someone drew of the castle, and you can put it up next to some pictures of the ruins, and you can picture in your mind exactly what the castle looked like in its heyday.
Cool. Right
next to the hand, you can tell that it was a really old drawing. Obviously, 1560. Shit. So yeah, that's the stupid stuff I have about the castle.
Yeah. So, of course, after that, she did become the mistress of the estates, and Elizabeth and Ferenc together were actually known to be, they had the reputation of being very, very harsh to everybody.
And I also read that it wasn't just them, it was the entire family.
Yep. That
they would bring the family over for parties, and they would call them, I don't know what the word is in Hungary. They were essentially having blood orgies where they're having sex with all these servants, assistants, and then they would just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Kill them.
They're poor servants. Yeah.
What? I don't want to do, like, I always subscribe to the theory that I will try anything once as long as I have my socks on. But I would not try that. I have no interest in a blood orgy. So if any of you listeners from the Brohio Podcast Show wish to invite me to a blood orgy, I decline right now. I don't care who you are.
Sorry.
Unless you're Neil, I'll do it for him.
No.
He's have a different cat. Kind of crazy. I like it.
So Elizabeth had, growing up in her crazy world, she had her own, way of developing and her own way of dishing out punishment,
you'd say.
And but it's also believed that Ferenc also taught her his ways that he punished servants. Yeah. So she's got double knowledge here when it comes to hurting and killing people.
She asked for Ferenc to build her a torturing chambers, which he happily obliged and built her one. I want to show you my sex room. What's it called in 50 Shades of Grey?
I don't know.
I've watched it.
I haven't. I've never seen any
I've
of them.
been put through it. Only the first one. Some kind of room.
I know.
Toy room. That sounds good. We'll call it the toy room.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will tell us after this.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. You fucking idiots.
Yeah. Why can't... Yeah. Fucking idiots.
That's okay. We love you guys. You can be mean to us. It's okay.
We do love all of you.
Yeah, we can take it.
He went off to war
Yeah.
just 3 years after they were married.
Yeah, 1904 is...
1904 was not the correct date.
well, this is... Well, actually, no. This is when he left before he died.
1604
is what I meant.
1604 is when we were just
1604 is what I
finding
meant.
gold and shit in America. 1604.
Yeah. Sorry.
They say that he was writing letters to Elizabeth describing various ways that he was torturing people on the battlefields, and that she was essentially getting off to this stuff. Like, oh, yeah. He's like, then I took a fucking head and I fucking chopped it off.
What a lady.
And I fucking squatted down, I teabagged it. I teabagged the shit out of that head.
That's true love.
She's just flipping her diddle, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh. And then when I was done with that, I chopped his toes off and I crimmed him up his partner's ass.
You only gotta wait like a week for the letter to be delivered by pigeon.
And then I used my dick to push the toes in as far as they would go. And then I pulled the toes out of his mouth. And I shoved him up his nose with his own shit.
Her poor bean never looked the same after that.
Looked like a meat cleaver. Well, when her servants squat down to give her a little bath. Madam? Countess?
Can you pick your bean up off the floor, my lady?
It appears you've dropped some of your dinner in your crotch.
That's the way it looks. Scrub my puss.
She's a lovely lady.
Scrub it.
Yeah, this is kind of jumping ahead here. But she was really, we'll get to this, she was exceptionally abusive to the servants and did horrible things to them.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But one of the things that she would do, some days she would be too sick or too tired to get out of bed. So she would make her trusted servants bring her the ones that she didn't like. It would bring the servants to her bed. And she would bite them on the face.
God.
And then send them back to whatever they're doing. Like,
you get one biting.
Bring me that one that talks back all the time, and I'm gonna bite a fucking nose off. Bring it.
What a fucking way to live, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. She was a bitch. I don't use that word loosely. She was a grade A
biatch.
We have a lot of UK listeners. I like the way they use the word cunt.
Yeah.
In America, you can't use the cunt word.
They drop it all the time. It's awesome.
Yeah, like the person in front of you at McDonald's is taking too long.
You fucking cunt.
Yeah, she's fucking cunts. You can't say that in America.
No.
That will get you in a fight.
Yeah, that's fighting words.
It's
yeah.
fighting words, right? That will get a female's acrylic nails dug into your throat with a quickness. I have no idea where I'm going after this.
I'll go ahead and take the reins here. After Ferenc was, leading his troop to war, this is against the Ottoman Turks. During or a little bit after that, he actually ended up passing away. He was 48 years old. It's not completely documented on exactly what happened. He either died of some unknown illness or of battle wounds.
I kept reading this fucking legs.
He had a fucked up leg. Yeah,
legs just quit. My legs quit working. I'm just done with life. I quit.
He just had a gimpy leg.
He probably should probably cut his dick off.
Now, after death is when Elizabeth really went crazy because it hit her really hard.
Yeah, she had a hard time dealing with it. But they said before that, while he was off at war, that she was a bit of a humanitarian. She would help females in the village whose husbands were, lost at battle or died or hadn't been home in a long time. She would help them out with food and shelter, but then you kind of think about the whole situation.
Then she would just bite them afterwards.
Yeah, come in here and have some porridge with me, so I can bite your fucking jaw off.
I gave you something to bite on. Now give me something to bite on.
The funny thing is these accent we're using for these people are from Hungary, which is it's like Austria, Germany.
Yeah, it's much more.
So you probably talk like this. Bring me the women from the chorus downstairs.
That's what she sounded like.
No, she talked a lot deeper than that.
I was thinking about biting one of your fucking faces, but then when you got in my room here, I saw how fucking ugly you were, and I realized that I don't want to touch your nasty fucking face. So come here so I can kiss you on the mouth.
Our accents are so good.
I can do an Austrian one a little bit. But yeah, she was like, that's the most confusing part for me is there was witnesses to say she was a bit of a humanitarian at one point. And she was pushed over the edge.
And then it went all wrong.
It did. And her husband, he received the nickname the Black Knight as his name from war because he was so just devious on the battlefield. Just killing, fighting, fucking, drinking whiskey, fisting donkeys. He he was known for fisting donkeys.
Nobody's asshole was safe.
I made that up. No, I don't even know if donkeys were a thing yet. They were alive. You watch Shrek. There's a donkey in that. That takes place in the 1500s. That's pretty historically accurate. Am I correct?
Yeah, I would say so. That's a nice boulder. I like that boulder. So stupid.
It is.
After Ferenc died, Elizabeth ended up moving to one of her castles in northwest Hungary, and she had a gang of servants around her at all time, helping her with her daily activities and helping her torture and hurt people. So one of the most popular stories here that I was finding everywhere was a legend story which tells of a servant girl who was in her quarters brushing her hair, and while brushing her hair,
Her pubic hair.
yeah, oh gosh, just dreading it out.
Don't leave it out, Rob.
Yeah, okay. She accidentally pulled her hair, and
Oh, yeah, God.
so Elizabeth, of course, got up and punched her in the face, and thus making the servant bleed. Now, Elizabeth noticed that the blood was on her hand, and she noticed at that point, where that blood was, that it seemed to make her skin look younger.
I was going to bed and I was looking at my skin. I realized that everywhere in my body, my skin, I feel like a crocodile, but except for my hand where this woman's blood touched me.
And now this is
very soft right here, like this.
Right in this spot. This is where, of course, she started to get the idea that the blood would make her look more youthful.
She lusted for the blood.
She wanted the blood.
She had to have the blood.
Yeah. She wanted to get more blood so that she could pretty much just do a full body bath of blood. So she would, her logic in this was thinking like, hey, if it worked on my hand a little bit, it's going to work for my whole body. So
it's like blood therapy for your skin.
Yeah.
And I'm reading about it in my research. And what do I stumble upon? Miss Kim Kardashian actively partakes in these fucking blood therapy exercise things to make their skin look youthful. And there's pictures of her painted up like goddamn Chief Redfoot with blood all over her face on the internets. So you people think
it's got to be real.
The Countess was a bad lady. Look no further than Kim Kardashian, who I actively hate with a passion. The only person I hate more than her is her shit stain of a husband, Kanye West.
Good old Kanye.
And it's only because I am.
Kanye loves Kanye enough for everybody.
To believe a lot of stuff has happened since we started Brohio. I actively entered into a relationship with Taylor Swift, and that's the root of my hatred for Kanye.
You're still salty about it?
Yes, I will defend her honor until the end.
Same. Now, all this ended up giving her the idea that she needed to bathe in the blood of virgins. So, now I was reading something in on it, and what they were saying, the reason that the whole blood thing could have made her appear younger was, I guess, back in those times, anemia was a big thing.
I can imagine.
So iron deficiency and things like that. And of course, I think blood's like one of the most richest sources of iron. So of course, if she's drinking it, putting it on her skin, it's going to make her, her skin look a little bit more vibrant. It's going to, bring some rosiness out in her cheeks. So she's essentially just restoring her iron deficiency, or resupplying herself. So it's
good to go.
Yeah, it's
she's a goddamn vampire.
Good logic.
That's all that is.
Right.
And then you also have to take into consideration that even before all of this stuff transpired with her husband, they said that she was always obsessed with her looks.
Yeah.
Like, kind of goes along with her being a sex pot,
Mm-hmm.
Just always looking to
get it right, get it tight,
flap that ass around.
Get your nails done. Get your hair did. She was always trying to look her best.
Hey, good for her.
Yeah, she was probably a dime piece, honestly.
Probably was.
That big old stinky snatch.
So after she discovered this whole, blood making her look younger thing, coincidentally, around that area, there happened to be a abundance of missing young women and children from neighboring villages.
I know.
The first account of her killing spree states that Elizabeth would lead young peasant women to the castle with she'd promise them that they were going to do some work and they were going to be paid well for it.
Look, I can work in my garden, and I will reward you handsomely with Venus schnitzels and bratwursts. And then if you're very good, I will bite your vagina off with my own mouth. Yeah.
But unfortunately, once they would arrive at the castle, she would actually lock them in a cellar.
Oh my god.
And eventually she would end up torturing them to death. She would do this by either means of beating, burning, mutilation, biting, freezing, or starving. I got a nice good list here coming up, but there was also some accounts that she would also sew their mouths shut.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
She would force feed them their own flesh.
Their own dicks.
And burn their genitals.
Oh god.
So
would you eat your own dick? Hey, but I'll eat anything as long as there's some A1 sauce on it. I'll eat anything.
That's rough.
Put some A1 on some cat shit. I'll eat it. I love me some A1 steak sauce.
I would assume I would if I was hungry enough.
Oh god.
So we have a little bit of other types of torture means that were told during actually by the survivors.
They were just
beating
the shit out of everybody. They said that the servants, there was so much bloodshed going on that they would just keep sawdust on deck, that there was so much blood all over the place they'd have to use sawdust to soak up all the blood from just where people were getting the shit beat out of them all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. They would she would keep them chained up every night, and she'd chain them up so tight that their hands would be blue and they would spurt blood.
Oh my god.
So it's crazy. They would beat them to the point to where there was so much blood on the walls. Yeah, they had to use ashes. I got ashes here as well, and cinders to soak it up.
Yeah.
They beat a servant in Vienna so loudly that her neighbors threw clay pots at the walls in protest.
Shut the fuck up over there.
A servant was strangled to death with a silk scarf.
Oh yeah.
This is known as it says it's a harem technique known as the Turkish way.
The Turkish way.
Yeah. So servants were burned with metal sticks, red hot keys, and coins.
Said that she was exceptionally obsessed with scissors, and that she would take the scissors and cut the skin in between people's fingers, the webbing between your fingers, just chop it right into.
Yeah, ironed the soles of their feet.
Yeah,
and stuck burning rods into their vaginas.
And where did all this stuff come from? Ooh. They said that right before the husband died, she had a woman named Anna Dervalia move in with her, and this was her lesbian lover that stayed in the castle. But they also said that Anna practiced witchcraft. She was a witch, and that she was cheering on Elizabeth through all this stuff. That Elizabeth would say, "Guess what I did today?" And Anna's like, "Don't tell me. Please tell me right now. Please tell me about all the genitals you cut off today." That anytime you have a witch on staff, that just says a lot about your character.
Hey, it does.
Okay? You got to hire good people.
Yeah.
Take I don't know. Take these lottery winners, for instance.
Okay.
These people that win the lottery, they don't hire good people. And they all run out of money.
Yeah, they always do.
You got to have good people on the staff.
Yeah.
And she did not have good people, but she was in lust and in love with Anna, so she kept her around. And I don't know if Anna, I think she might have eventually been sentenced to death for assisting with all of this, kind of cheering her on.
Yeah, there was four servants that got the dealt with at the end of it.
Yeah, and they weren't. It really wasn't fair the way they were dealt with either.
Yeah, well, we'll get into a little bit of that. One other one that I do want to mention, which is one that I think is probably one of the most severe, and this is actually a form of torture that was widely used back in those times, is she'd smeared a naked girl with honey and left her outside to be eaten up by ants and wasps, bees and flies and stuff. Just all the other critters that'll come to that. That's bad. That
really
would suck.
Bad. You think that you're going to be talking back to me like that? I will cover you in honey and put you outside for the polar bears. Could you imagine? Just were there bears in Hungary?
I'm sure there are Yetis or something.
Does a bear walk up and eat your dick off? Okay, I'm all done.
Let me see that dick of yours.
You're covered in honey. I don't want to do this to you, but you're covered in honey.
It just smells so good.
But then next on my notes, I have that the part about her making her assistants go fetch people and bring her to her in bed, which still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Just bring him here so I can bite their face off from bed. Just to let them know I'm still here and I'm still fucked up.
It's also said that she would pull their mouths apart with their bare hands.
Oh, yeah.
And even bite chunks of their flesh off or force girls to do it to each other. So, maybe some days her hands are tired.
Ugh.
Just make them bite each other.
Yeah. These are just several of the things that she did. I still have a whole list of 15 other things that were noted that the survivors said.
So there was over 300 witnesses that testified.
Yeah.
Which kind of seems like a bolstered number. Like
they said 80 for sure that they know that they have documentation. I think it was to prove. I think it was 80. I have it down here in my notes. I'm just not that far. But with all of this killing that she did, she of course eventually ran out of local girls in the surrounding villages. So this is what started her downfall, is that she actually resorted to using noble girls. So these are going to be your more, high profile families and well-to-do people.
Yeah, not the lower class like you and I.
Yeah. She's not using the servants anymore. She's
talking about the people in the suburbs.
Yeah, she's bringing in them rich girls. One noble girl that she murdered in 1609, she actually tried to stage that as a suicide. And this is one of the things that made the authorities act.
Well, when she was recruiting the noble girls, she would use the cover that they were having an etiquette school and that the girls they needed to attend the etiquette school so they could, hire their social class.
Present yourself accordingly.
Yeah, you gotta pop that pussy. You know what I mean?
No elbows on the table.
No elbows on the table. We need your face crammed in the pillow. That's a Lil Jon reference.
Lil Jon. Another thing that kind of led to her undoing here is before Ference died, he actually decided to appoint, I'm just going to call him George, but it's Georgie. It's G-Y and then Orgy. Thurzo. Now, Mr. Thurzo was, I think it's a Palatine of Hungary, which is pretty much just a high-level official to your royal court, right? Royal courts. Thurzo actually would order 2 notaries to gather evidence, and this is in 1610, which consisted in testimonies of over 300 witnesses, which the records show 13. That's 80 was the number of, I was thinking of how many.
And there were a lot of witnesses that came out that said that they actually, for whatever reason, and this is why this stuff, honestly, in hindsight, in 2018, this stuff's a little fishy, but a lot of people witnessed that she was actually having sex with the devil himself. Like they had seen her sexually engaging Satan.
Fun. Good for her.
Satan is actually the CEO of Brohio Podcast Show. He kind of runs everything.
He keeps us on the payroll.
He does. Hey, Rob, get in here.
We answer our calls.
You guys know this Bill Wilkins guy? Yeah, he's with us.
Does he check out?
He's good.
He's a good guy.
He's with us.
So December 1610, Bathory was seized and arrested. Her 4 servants.
But this was a 6-year lapse in between when the investigation. So there was a Lutheran minister that kind of launched the investigation initially.
Right.
And he filed his complaint in the court and in the public. So he went to the townspeople and said, hey, this bitch is killing everybody. Like, yeah, this kind of makes sense. Everybody's missing.
Everybody's disappearing. They said that the people in the villages, that once they were, they would have to send their daughters or children away or hide them so
hide
that
them, yeah.
because they knew that she was taking them.
She's coming for you.
Yeah, there's nothing they could do.
If you don't eat your fucking vegetables, Elizabeth's gonna come down here and she's gonna
She'll bite your cheeks off.
cut your lips off.
Sew them to your asshole.
Make me eat them.
So her and 4 of her servants were charged with 80 counts of murder. So they only got charged with 80, even though there was possible evidence showing up to 650 people.
And the chief person in charge of the later investigation was Thurzo, the cousin that was left as the heir to the throne for everything. He was getting all of her husband's belongings and whatnot.
Right.
He was kind of, which kind of smells like fish as well.
3 of those servants were actually executed, and the 4th was sentenced to life imprisonment. Now, what happened to Elizabeth? Well, playing the good old political angle, Thurzo told King Matthias that if they were to convict and execute Bathory, that it could disgrace the noble family and it could cause a huge scandal.
Not true.
Yeah. So what they had decided to do was they ended up just canceling the trial, and they decided to imprison her in the castle. It's in Kashtis Castle?
Chete.
Yeah.
I kept breezing past all this research, and I'm like, man, this is kind of bullshit. They just put her on house arrest.
Yeah.
But no.
It's rough.
They put her, they said they like gave her 2 or 3 rooms in the back of the castle, and they bricked it over with only slits for air.
And food, like a food flap.
Yeah. And there was no doors, there was no windows. She was blocked into the same spot for the final years of her life. She wasn't going anywhere.
Almost 4 years she was in that room, and the only really human contact she had was
the guards that
they found her face down August 24th, 1614. So almost 4 years in a little, pretty much essentially it's a crypt.
Yeah.
Then
for the Countess.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
In peace.
Elizabeth. But so to go back here, while her husband was off at war, they were fighting the Turks.
Yeah.
The Hungarians were. It wasn't exactly the Turks, but
the Ottomans.
Yes, the Ottomans. He was owed a lot of money by the kingdom for the duties he was performing as a militant, and they say that he was the guy of this generation. He was the war god of this generation for the Hungarians. That he was owed a lot of money for all the jobs he performed while in the military, and this money was owed by the king, who was responsible for the death of Elizabeth. So they think that in an effort to not have to pay up on the debt that he owed to the Bathory
family
royalty, that he made all of this stuff up, that he paid all these people, these 300 witnesses. How do you have 300 witnesses and something like this not come to the forefront sooner than it did?
Right.
Or if you have 5 witnesses, why wouldn't that keep? I mean, some numbers say she killed 600 people.
Yeah.
Some numbers say that they confirmed that she killed 80 people.
Mm-hmm.
When the investigators broke into the castle, I have some research here that says she was visiting her daughter out of kind of went on a trip and came back in the middle of the night, and they raided the castle and they just found dead bodies everywhere. There was women that were almost dead that were able to testify, and that there were half burned bodies in fire pits. But ultimately, it would seem that the king had fabricated all of this so he wouldn't have to pay the debts that she was actively seeking and actively desired for the death of her husband. And that he was also in cahoots with the cousin, whom would receive everything if Elizabeth died. The cousin that her husband left everything to. So they kind of went in cahoots together and made all this shit up.
So she could be innocent.
And they paid all these peasants off to make all these outlandish, claims that the things she was doing was
hide your kids, hide your wife, because they killing everybody.
When there's a lot of riches involved, I don't put it past anybody to have some crazy shit going on.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, and I've said that before.
So good.
I don't want anybody to hurt me for that. But I do know enough about Game of Thrones that this is the kind of cutthroat shit that happens.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That they'll fucking cross anybody.
I'm up to date in it now. I'm excited. Ready for 2019.
Yeah, I did hear that as well. I'm like, yeah, it sucks to be a fan of that show.
Yeah, a whole year.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find out if there's any pictures of the bloody orgies they spoke of. I don't think there is.
Do share if there is. For science reasons.
So, for science.
Yeah.
So they said they estimated to have removed between 100 and 200 bodies during the investigation from the castle. That's what they say.
That's a shitty job.
It is a shitty job. Bring it, you did. Another movie that I think is completely overrated. Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about it.
God. Overrated shit.
Yeah. So there's some good one-liners, but
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's not get into this too far because we'll get crucified.
Yeah. So that concludes our episode on Elizabeth Bathory.
Feels good to be back.
Innocent or guilty? I don't know. It was 1590.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter.
That's the thing with things being this long ago is that, your information's going to be skewed. Nobody can go back and check what the fuck happened.
A lot of shit was added after the fact. The information.
Yeah, right.
A lot of historical inaccuracies. She did die. They found her face down in her hole, her bricked up cell.
Face down, ass up.
They took her and buried her. They went back to move her because the townspeople were upset, and she was gone, like Jesus Christ himself. No one fucking knows where she's buried at now.
She Houdini'd.
If you do go to the castle, if you find yourself in Hungary, there's a beautiful statue of her with a child next to it. Little girl statue. And people go there to pay their homage to the Countess.
If you find her body, let us know.
If you find it, send us the bones.
We'll put you on the episode.
Give you a free fucking shirt.
Yeah. It's worth it. So worth it.
And I haven't got a clue what we're doing next week.
We got some good ideas coming up for good stuff, though.
A really scary place in the UK.
Super spoopy.
Most haunted fucking place in the entire world.
Yeah. Well,
headless horsemen and shit. We're talking about doing the Denver airport finally as well.
Yeah. It's on the chopping block.
I get kind of bored by Illuminati stuff though, for whatever reason.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but a lot of people are like, "Hey, where's the Denver airport episode?"
We're working on it.
We're working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm excited about the episodes we have coming up.
No time for any of this shit.
No, not at all. We'll figure it out though.
We will.
Well, we will be back the next week. We're back on our normal rotation. So
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Don't say that.
So, thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Check out our Instagram.
Yeah.
We got like 5,000 followers on there.
What up?
At Brohio Podcast. Check us out on Facebook. The Brohio Podcast.
The Brohio Podcast Butt Chuggers Anonymous.
We have a group that you can access from the Facebook page.
Yeah.
The Brohio Group, parentheses, Butt Chuggers Anonymous. There are some filthy pieces of shit on there.
It's lovely.
There's some really good people, but there are some filthy pieces of shit.
Yes.
Mostly people that we know personally. And I just want to say that we have 5,000 followers on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I scroll through there all the time, and it really is inspirational to see people doing good things. People having babies, people losing weight, people buying cars. Like, we're not just, trying to bump our numbers up. We're like really personally getting to know some of you guys.
We care.
We do care. And I just want to say that it makes me happy to see you guys do well. It makes me happy to see you experiencing wonderful things in your life. I have my pants off now.
We also have a Patreon as well, which everybody knows about, hopefully, by this point.
Yeah, just cram it in there.
So if you feel like being a patron, go ahead and sign up, do that. We've already went over a little bit of what we do for our patrons there.
And if you want to make a one-time donation, you can send it to brohiopodcast@gmail.com via the PayPal.
Hey, there it is.
Send us $1. Every dollar helps.
Yep. And if you're not in the way right now to donate money, all we would ask is to listen, share our stuff, tell people about our podcast,
and leave us an Apple review.
And leave us a review.
Right.
That stuff helps tremendously, probably just as much as the money does. So
it does.
We appreciate you guys very much. Until next time.
Love you.